family. My name is Vicki Dillard for African Diaspora News Channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to give us a big thumbs up, and share the broadcast. That way other folks will know that we're here. For that, we say thank you so much, family. Now, you all know we have done an extraordinary and unrelenting job of exposing Black-looking politicians. Why do we say Black-looking? Because they look like you don't mean they're doing the bidding of you. This is the reason why we always call them out for being in those positions where we're giving them the benefit of the doubt and we're giving them power to change our conditions, and they're changing the conditions in a positive manner for everybody but us. Talk Black to me, members of the dominant society and other folks. So we're done with that. Well, I want to give us yet another example of just how foundational Black Americans, in particular Black Americans, really rock hard with Black politicians that use their positions to benefit them with tangibles, even if they get caught up in a quote unquote scandal. Now, for those of you that are unfamiliar with the former mayor of Washington, D.C., Mr. Marian Barry, the Honorable, yes, the Honorable Mr. Marian Barry Jr., he passed away, I think it was 2014 or so. He's was a politician that served as mayor of the District of Columbia, D.C. from 79 to 1991, and then from 95 to 99. As a Democrat, he served 3 tenures on the City Council of the District of Columbia, representing as an at-large member from 1975 to 79, in Ward 8 from 1993 to 95, and again from 2005 to 2024. Now, you all are probably saying, well, for those of you that remember him, you all may remember that he got caught up in an FBI crack scandal where they specifically targeted him, set him up, had cameras the whole 9 in there, got him on possession for drugs that he didn't even bring to the party, but they caught him on camera smoking. And I want to just give you just a brief snippet just to remind you of what was happening during that time. Watch this clip.
Immediately after the decade began, a crisis engulfed the city.
Mayor Barry has been arrested on drug charges.
Mayor Barry was arrested last night at the Vista Hotel in downtown Washington.
Mr. Manager, I'd like you to put your hands on the wall. Please put your hands on the wall.
I think everyone was taken aback by the arrest. We knew he had problems. We knew he wasn't as focused, but I think no one anticipated that.
That was a shock. Obviously, a tough moment for him. But it was a tough time for the nation's capital.
Later at trial, video would emerge of the FBI sting operation at the Vista.
And of course, it was an unbelievable scene. The mayor there taking puffs off of a crack pipe in a hotel.
This goddamn bitch set me up like this. Set me up, ain't that a bitch?
The arrest and Barry's reaction etched a lasting mark on the public's imagination.
You know, ladies and gentlemen, you can say what you want about Washington, D.C. Mayor Marian Barry, but I feel it's my belief that gram for gram, you're not going to find a better mayor anywhere.
Unfortunately, Barry was a punchline for the rest of America.
But many area residents didn't revel in Barry's downfall.
For a lot of us who know Marian from back then, it's very sad.
People to this day believe he was a victim of overreach on the part of the FBI.
Okay, now let me tell you something. Whenever you hear the current Black bootlegs that fuss that we go off on the weak Black-looking politicians that's not doing nothing for us, that what they don't ever bring up is why we love the Dr. Claude Andersons of the world, why we love the mayor, the former mayor, Marian Barrys of the world. Well, if you're unfamiliar with why Black Americans in particular rock so hard with him, among many, many other things, let me just give you this brief clip. Now watch this.
For so many of our
By 1982, Mayor Barry's first term as mayor was coming to a close. For the first time since his election in 1978, voters were given the chance to judge his record.
He was elected by whites, as he won essentially with the votes of people in wards 1, 2, 3, and 6.
And this is just the beginning of what we're going to do here.
But once in power, Barry knew that tying his political future to the city's white residents was unsustainable.
He made an incredibly prudent political decision to switch his base to black through the minority contracting programs and bringing black folks into key positions in the government.
I can remember him saying, listen, you're going to be able to advance. You got to get prepared for leadership. And for somebody like me, I got to be chief because of Barry.
Barry used the power of his position to encourage the creation and development of African-American-owned businesses.
And if you were going to do business in D.C., one of the first questions they'd ask you, do you have minority participation in this deal? What came about was sort of a philosophy that white businesses should partner up with qualified African-American business people. And once you get a black city council, all of a sudden the white law firms start saying we're going to have black partners. And some of the white businesses start saying we have to have black lobbyists.
The increased flow of money moving through the city's economy swelled the district's coffers, giving Barry the income to spend on projects that benefited the city's poorer youth and build a base for the rest of his political career.
Our most memorable program is the summer job program. Over 100,000 young people went through our summer job program.
I was just at some event, and the guy who was in charge of the people parking the cars came up to me. He says, I got my first job in the Marian Barry summer job program. And he said, now I help run this company.
That was the bomb. You go down 500 C Street and there's a long line of kids waiting in line to get their checks, you know what I'm saying? And you would see them all downtown at the Logo at night, you know? So that was awesome. Yes, indeed.
Recognizing that the district's aging were underserved, Barry also invested heavily in services for the elderly.
And the flip side of that for Barry was, in addition to that being a good thing, was that he would take buses of recreation buses and take them all down to vote.
In 1982, Barry was elected to a second term as mayor with 81% of the vote.
I want to thank all of you for reaffirming your faith in me.
Did you all hear that? This is the reason why when you talk to a Black American, when y'all bring up him caught smoking and in a room with this woman, that he said that this GD blankety blank blank set me up, which none of us disagree that she did. Ain't none of us gonna sit here and justify what he did, but I act like I don't even see it. Why? Because people go through stuff. And the man used his position, which is why he was targeted in the first place, to deliver tangibles to Black people. Now, as mayor, was he able to, quote unquote, get us specific reparations? Like what we're due for slavery? He didn't have that necessary position where he's in Congress and this sort of thing. But the power he wielded, baby, he made sure that we received substantial assistance that was financial, that was economic, that was something that we could use to improve our lives. And that's the reason why he kept being elected again and again in different positions. And that's the reason why to this day, no matter how much white America tried to smear him, we wouldn't let him. Now, for those of you that want to know how we rock, even when you make mistakes, it's not about perfection for us. It's about your motive and what you do with the power that you have. He was a strategic Black man that used his power well. And he dealt with the powers that shouldn't be, and they came for him. And guess what we did? We rock with him, and he stayed in power in multiple positions because of it. That's the power of FBA, when you rock with us like you ought, and when you do what you ought in that position. When you stand 10 toes down, baby, we're going to stand 20 and 30 behind you. Now, y'all make sure you share this broadcast with all of your Black-looking politicians that's out there and make sure that they know this is what we're talking about. I can't wait to see what you have to say about it. What do you know about our dear, beloved brother, the Honorable Mayor Marian Barry? My name is Vicki Dillard, beloved. I have a whole bunch of yummy products and services coming up. I've got some special academies, one just for men, that's a 60-day course, one just for women, Isis, Goddess Mystery School, and of course, I do my monthly low-cost universal spiritual school. Everybody's been getting, a lot of my students, I should say, has been getting major breakthroughs. I've got a yummy luxury magazine coming out for my divine feminines, just a lot of stuff. Join my email list at vickiplanet.com. That's my website, so that way you're notified when all